Well, one of the highest profile female speakers at the Web Summit this week is Padmasree Warrior. She's the Chief Technology and Strategy Officer for Cisco Systems, and she joins us here this morning. Padmasree, welcome back to Dublin. You're here again because you were here last year at Web Summit. Why have you come back, and what do you think of this as an event?
This summit, last year was my first time. When I came here last time, I was really impressed at the talent they were able to attract, both from big companies, but more importantly from entrepreneurs and from smaller companies. And I got a lot of value just meeting different startups, different entrepreneurs, and creating ideas, not just in technology, but across the different segments like technology, business, universities. So that was very valuable for me, and so I came back this year. This year we actually at Cisco have a bigger presence at the conference. We are one of the sponsors, and several of my colleagues are also speaking at the conference.
How does it rate internationally as an event of this type?
It's becoming much more important. I think globally, if I look at it, this is probably one of the conferences that I like to come to in Europe, because I think it is a global conference. It attracts people from a global stage, yet at the same time there's a lot of focus around Europe, around Ireland, which is sort of unique to have that local as well as a global perspective. So I would rate it in the top 10 conferences that I attend.
Tell me about Cisco's presence here in Ireland. You have quite a number of staff here. How's it going, and what are your plans for the future?
Yeah, so Dublin, we have over 200 people in Ireland, between Dublin and Galway. We have an R&D center in Galway, and it is important because we look at the future being the future of Internet of Everything, that really brings sensors in machines that are connected along with people, processes and devices. And if you look at that, Ireland and Europe in general and Dublin as a city, there's a lot we can do in moving the growth of the country and growth of the cities forward. We call it the digital transformation of countries, and we are doing a lot of work here. So it really plays a big role in that future of Internet of Everything.
Tell me a bit more about that concept, because we hear a lot about the Internet of Things. What's the difference between the Internet of Things and the Internet of Everything?
Sure. Internet of Things you can think of as a technology transition. So it's a technology trend where we are seeing much more wearables and machines communicating with other machines and so forth. Internet of Everything is really the business implication of that technology trend. In other words, it's not just a machine talking to another machine or a machine connecting to another machine, but what can we do to improve businesses to be much more efficient? So it's really the connection between people, processes, data, and things. So we call that Internet of Everything. And our estimate is in the next 10 years, we'll create close to $19 trillion of value globally on this Internet of Everything. 14 of that 19 trillion dollars of value will come from private industries, and 5 trillion though will come from countries and governments, so public sector organizations that will participate in this Internet of Everything.
A future though where machines are talking to machines and I suppose ever increasingly controlling our lives is one that many people are a bit sort of frightened of, I suppose, particularly in this area of focus on privacy and security. Should we be concerned about that those kind of implications?
I wouldn't say machines controlling what we do. I think machines are augmenting what we do. So far we've looked at the rise of technology. It's already there, right? All of us use our smart devices, many different apps. The concept of a mobile app really didn't exist 7 years ago, and in 2015 we'll be downloading 180 billion apps. So it's really becoming an integral part of our lives. And today I was traveling, for example, over the weekend in Northern Ireland, and I couldn't have done that without my smartphone. I was taking pictures, I was sharing them, I was finding where to stay, everything using the mobile internet. And so that concept wouldn't have existed a few years ago. So if you fast forward, we'll see much more utilization of self-driving cars and robots and industrial internet, meaning sensors that will improve the lives and improve the productivity for workers in manufacturing, in retail, in oil and gas, in mining. A lot of these jobs today that people do where we put human life at risk, we can augment that with machines and robots in the future. And so that, in a way, to me is how we will improve our lifestyle. Obviously, privacy and security become a huge factor to take into account. So we always have to respect the value and use of data, and our belief is that users and consumers, as people, we own the data, and technology should always respect that and always give us the option whether to share that data and how that data will be used or not used.
Now, as I say, you are a very prominent female technology or I suppose technology figurehead. Why are there not as many females in technology as there are males, and what can we do to, I suppose, increase the profile, the gender profile within the industry?
Yeah, I think I would love to see more women get into science and technology, especially have long-standing careers in technology as a technologist. I think the numbers are sadly even less. If you look at technical women in the tech industry, they're very, very few. And so we need to change that. I think the reason, probably many reasons, but one of the reasons is technology is always seen as a very abstract field and something that is very hard and very alienating to women. We need to change that, and I think the things that we can do, actually men play a huge role in this, is to encourage women to be authentic to who they are and to really be comfortable in being true to their own personalities. And I think more and more role models we can create for that and create environments that nurture that authenticity will get more women into technology, because technology is also changing. The technology industry is becoming much more multifaceted and multidimensional, and my belief is that women actually excel at that.
Padmasree Warrior, thank you very much for your time this morning. Enjoy the rest of your time here in Dublin.